Hello, my wonderful viewers from all around the globe. This is your anchor person on the Rich Mind platform. My name is Okedoyin Moses, and this is the Rich Mind platform, the platform by which we enrich your mind, we renew your mind, we make sure your mind is transformed because your mind is the focal point of your life. And we sincerely believe that as you dwell on most of our discussion on this platform, you begin to see your life changing from your mindset. I'm glad that you're watching this very video at this very point in time. Once again, I appreciate you and I so much love you. Today, I'll be quickly talking to you on what I talked about, the brain mechanism. The brain mechanisms. We are made to realize the capacity of the brain that God has inputted in our system or in our mind is beyond what the computer itself could really handle. That is, what the brain could handle is beyond what you input into the system, that will begin to feel that the computer is doing a wonderful thing. And today we shall just be focusing on two major aspects, some particular aspect that the brain functions from, which we title the mechanisms of the brain mechanisms, which are we are classified into the success mechanism and the failure mechanism of the brain. These two subjects that I've just called, the success and the failure mechanism, they operate within the brain terrain. And how do they operate? We are made to realize that the failure mechanism of the brain operates at default. At default means that it operates automatically. You don't need any effort to put in place to make sure that the failure mechanism of the brain will start working. The research shows that it is always at a default. It operates at automatically. It operates automatically. You don't need any effort to push it, to begin to act. Just stay where you are, and you discover that the failure mechanism of the brain is at its flow. Is at its what? It's as its flow. The failure mechanism operates at just automatically. It doesn't require anything. For the brain to function as a success mechanism, needs to be triggered with a goal. However, just like I said, that the failure mechanism of the brain doesn't need any activities. It operates as a default. That is just naturally, automatically it operates. But for the success brain mechanism of the brain to operate, it needs to be triggered with a goal. That is, for you to know that your brain can actually work as a successful mechanism for you, you need to trigger it with a goal. You need to trigger it with a goal. What are the failure mechanisms and how does it operate? Well, let me read this to you. The brain is always tempted to follow the undisciplined path of least resistance. Just like I told you, the failure mechanism is always operating at a default automatically. It's always tempted, and that is the failure mechanism. The brain is always tempted to follow the undisciplined. When you see something is undisciplined, that is not cultured, it's not nurtured, it's not even looking at it it's not looking at things from any disciplined direction, undisciplined path of least resistance. That it doesn't require anything for you to not to act in that way. You just act voluntarily. And that is the failure mechanism of the brain. We need to be conscious and begin to realize that when we just act at will, voluntarily, effortlessly, then that means we are just operating at a realm that which maybe the brain is functioning at the failure mechanism level. And in another way, the failure mechanism of the brain loves to do what is fun and easy rather than what is hard and necessary. I'm trying to analyze how the failure mechanism of the brain works. He said it loves to do what is fun and easy rather than do what is hard and necessary. Somebody said, if you love to do what is easy now, you will later be doing what is hard in your later days of your life. In the later days of your life. The failure mechanism of the brain is that it loves to operate at what is fun and easy. And what is not hard and it's not necessary. That's what it needs to operate. But the successful part of the brain, with the mechanism of the brain, needs to be activated, needs to be ignited However, you can ignite the success mechanism in your brain when you decide on a goal you want to pursue. You can ignite the success mechanism of your brain when you decide on your goal you want to pursue. These are the way you can actually activate the success mechanism of your brain. You decide on the goal you want to pursue. As the year is running by, that we're going forth and that we're running 2020 off and we're going into 2021. Don't just leave your brain at a literally momentum that can just go ahead and do anything at will, but begin to be deliberate. Begin to nurture your brain and push your brain towards a goal, a certain goal. And because before you know it, it overrides the failure mechanism. It overrides the failure mechanism and can change the direction of your life. Just like a ship without a rudder. A ship without a rudder, it will follow the tide of the water to any direction. But when you begin to, nurture the brain that it must function as a success mechanism, then your life becomes like a ship with a rudder and with a compass. Once those three things are in a ship, they give the ship a direction. And once you're having a direction, your life becomes more meaningful. Make sure you're trying to do the right thing at all the right time. Don't forget where I started from, the brain mechanism. There's a failure mechanism of the brain and there's a successful mechanism of the brain. Don't forget the failure mechanism of the brain operates at will, just automatically at default. But for you to operate at the success mechanism of the brain, it needs to be triggered, needs to be focused on a particular goal, and that is what gives you a direction in life. I appreciate you once again watching this video, and I can always tell you there's more better ones. Once you stick into this channel, what this channel consists consistently, I can always tell you can't remain the same. Your mind will be richly enriched. I appreciate you once again. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, leave a feedback, share the YouTube channel. Thank you so much.